Hi everyone, thank you for joining me today as we color this single yellow rose. It came from my Mother's Day bouquet and I wanted to show you how I captured the highlights and the lowlights. I'm using a very light wash of Hansa Yellow Medium and I'm going to make sure that I leave some of the spaces white because I want those to remain as light as possible. I'm using Azio Yellow by Rembrandt for the darker colors at the bottom of the petal's base. Here I'm leaving the fold of that petal white as I use the light wash of Hansa Yellow Medium underneath, and at the bottom again I'll come in with Azio Yellow and gently blend it up. This will help give our bud a little bit of form and depth. I'll bring that shadow underneath the fold of the petal, and I'll do the same for all of the folds up top as well. There are many different ways to paint roses within watercolor. You can paint loosely, or you can do very detailed roses. Having the actual flower in front of me has really helped me understand where those shadows are and how to create them just by looking at the actual item in front of me. It makes a difference instead of looking at a picture and even sometimes a video online. I can explain it to you and you can look at the video and the rose that's right here. But when you are able to hold that rose and turn it and understand where the light hits and where it doesn't, it makes more sense on where the shadows are supposed to be. As you can see, I move that rose around so I can understand better in my mind where everything needs to go. I added a little bit of cobalt blue for those deeper shadows. In hindsight, I wish I had used ultramarine. And I'm adding some more Rembrandt yellow to bring more depth. Now we'll use sap green for the leaves. You simply use your brush, make sure it's a good amount of pigment and water, press, release, and then you come back for the serrated leaves just by using the tip. This brush I'm using is a Princeton Aqua Elite. I have found that these brushes hold a lot of water and pigment evenly, and the tip is excellent. But you can find whatever brush works for you. I came back in with a little touch of Cascade Green, which is one of my favorite greens. It's by Daniel Smith. Understanding leaves was hard for me at the beginning too, but when you look at all the wonky folds of a real life rose in front of you, it makes more sense. And it makes your overall composition more lifelike. I'll come underneath the rose and start working on the stem using the same colors. Sap green for the base of the stem and coming in with Cascade Green for the shadows. As I finish up with the leaves below the bud, I leave a little bit of white space so it doesn't bleed into the stem. I'll come back in later and add some more shadows, but I wanted to make sure that that was separate from the stem. I'll finish up with a couple touches of some deeper shadows within the center of the bud. I could have edited out all of that hesitation, but I wanted you to see that painting is not just an automatic piece of beauty. It's not a perfect process. Sometimes you have to sit back and look at your piece, study it, really look at your painting and see if it's what you want it to be. It doesn't have to be perfect. But if it's close and you're happy with it, that's what matters. Right now, I'm painting in some of the lines that I see on the bud that create a little bit more depth and shadow. You can paint as much detail as you want, or you can stop right here. It's up to you. This is your rose, and this is for you. I'll add another light glaze of Azo Yellow by Rembrandt, just to give it a little bit more shadow and curvature at the bottom. A little bit more in the crease of this fold. I think we're almost done. I want to thank you for joining me again today. If you enjoyed this painting, please consider subscribing to my channel. I do appreciate your time today. I hope you'll consider picking up a paintbrush today and looking at something beautiful right outside your door. Until next time, bye-bye.